Welcome back to Let's Disagree, the show where I am right in every single circumstance. Let's get into it. Idol sucks and Renovant is the best extreme. Huh? I don't even care about idols. That level's so forgettable, so I'm just gonna ignore that. But Renovant, that's a new one. What is there to like about Renovant? The worst deco in the top 50? I mean, you could say EXO, but the level has no deco. Renovant is so fucking ugly. I can't speak for the gameplay, but it doesn't look like anything too great. Renovant is not a good level. Geometry Dash should not be treated as a one-input game. Absolutely. I think just with the 7 game modes alone, it's like deeper than most games nowadays, with the intricacies in all of them. And then the editor is like the most complex editor in any game ever. You see stuff like White Space or whatever Sputnik is doing these days, and it's just like, you're a fucking wizard. This is just obvious. I think people who still think Geometry Dash is a one-input game, it's almost disrespectful to say Geometry Dash is like the same as fucking Flappy Bird or Helix Jump. You can only progress check someone on a level if you've beaten it or have good progress on it. Yeah, obviously. Who's going around fucking progress checking someone on levels that they have never even touched? You gotta be so pompous to think your opinion matters that much that even if you haven't played a level, you are right about it. What? Why would you progress check someone on a level you haven't played? Yeah, I've never played Tartarus, but because you like it, you're wrong. Death Moon is overrated, Acusong sucks, and the Rupture is the best extreme demon. Absolutely hot enough for me because you are wrong. Death Moon? I'm assuming you played a different Death Moon than the 1.9 level by Funny Game, because that is one of the most revolutionary levels of all time, practically invented Hellstyle and was one of the best looking levels in 1.9. Revolutionized XXL levels and is still incredibly fun to this day. Acusong does suck, though. Epilogue is one of Krio's worst, and Krio is not a very good artist in the first place, so yeah, that's fine. And the Rupture is the best extreme demon? How could you think that? That is better than Renovant, but still on the lower end. It's got no design. You look at it from a distance, you know, it's pretty good deco. You look at it, it's just glow. There's like no actual block design or air deco anywhere. The gameplay looks fun, I'll give you that. It looks like it has some sick ass duels in it, but I've heard people say it's a buggy mess, so who can you trust there? Who are you? Who are you? Retention sucks. How, in what way, shape, or form ever could you think retention sucks? It's so good. The second half is near flawless. The pre-drop has a few stupid timings, that's fine, but it's not that bad in the grand scheme of things. Especially coming out of Wookie's early 2.0 slump, right? You got stuff like Asymmetry, which is probably his worst level ever. Retention was such a step up, and it's like one of his most fun levels, if not one of the most fun levels. The duels were so ahead of its time. Still some of my favorite duels of this day. What are you thinking? Gotta assume this guy must have died at like the last click or something, because unless you're biased, there is just no way you could think that. Plasma Pulse Finale is the best former top 1 this game has ever seen, blah blah blah, huh? Artificial Ascent. That ends the conversation right there, but if I wanted to keep going, you got a Thanatos? Even Tartarus? I'm not really sure what you mean. Giron has much better levels anyways. Digital Disarray is one of my favorite extremes. Skytech is great. As for the Plasma Pulse series itself, it's the best. The 1.9 levels had a charm to them, and 3 was not that good. But, yeah, there's not much else to say. I disagree. My man dropped a whole novel, alright. Fall is better than winter, which is better than spring, which is better than summer. I think the whole seasons debate is pretty stupid because I live in Florida, so I'm going to have a different opinion than someone who lives in fucking northern Russia. right? Because summer here goes over 100 degrees sometimes, so obviously I'm gonna hate it compared to somebody who is like always below zero year round. But if I had to say, I would say flip fall and winter, and I agree with your statement. You have to speed run the rest of this. 808s is overhated. That's completely true. It's top 3 Kanye. Powdered donuts are good. Glaze is better. Apple juice is above average, but not that good. Yeah. School isn't all that bad after a month. Very subjective for the most part, I agree. Cold is better than hot. Very broad, but true. 2.2 at the start is going to suck so bad, then it will be amazing. Obviously. And most of the levels in the top 100 are okay. Legacy list is better. Spectrum Cyclone is a top 15 level of all time. Higher if better duels. The duels are the best part of it, and it's not a top 15 level of all time. Whoa. Platformer mode in GD should be its own game or just section because of how different it is. I think that's already going to be in the game anyways, but that's obvious. Sari and Cyclic are some of the most influential people in the game. I think Cyclic is definitely true, but Sari is more of a legend than anything. The best thing that got made from him is Sari Never Clear. So, and Woogie is one of the best creators of 1.9. I would run that to all time because Woogie is an absolute legend. So many classics under his belt. His gameplay is near flawless every time. His deco is such a distinct and great style to it. It's hard to say Woogie isn't the best ever. I mean, if you're talking about sheer objective quality, obviously there's way better than him. But just from a personal standpoint, right, Woogie, there's no way he's out of the top 10. And if you disagree, I'm running out of words. I can't really talk right now. I'm running out of speech left in me today. Colorado isn't a good level. It is so hard to say that when half the community jumped to it from the fucking lightning road. The deco style is pretty good, and I can't speak for the gameplay because I'm personally not a fan of that type of high CPS gameplay. But clearly it's fun if everyone's beating it, and it's a top 20 with like, what, 300 victors. That's just a guess, but it probably does. I think that's very subjective, and as far as you can say objectively, Cow is a very bad level to say that for since it has so many victors and it's such a big jump level. I disagree. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to leave your own hot takes in the comments. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, and I will see you all in the next time.